Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Humbaba! Just had to do this other video to explain what's been happening and what will happen. Right, just standing up to grab my glasses here so I can see you better. Right, so as I was saying in the previous video, right, but I'll elaborate on this. In fact, right, I just put my bag down so you can see the background better. Right, so as I was trying to say, right, quite disappointing that we didn't win the day, but we didn't lose either, so that's a bonus. But another thing is that Beto missed a few chances apparently, and we had quite a lot of yellow cards. So, and Aston Villa's always been like sort of a bogey team for us in recent years, especially that year when Ashley Young was at Aston Villa. But anyhow, another thing as well is that at the very start of the season, if you said after Leeds, Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa, 4 games so far, quite disappointed actually. In fact, I would have rather, and I know this sounds stupid, but I would rather on the first day of the season beat Leeds rather than draw away Aston Villa the day. If we lost to Aston Villa today, but then bet Leeds, I would be more happier right now than I am now, because I didn't want to get beaten or betting off a team that we should be beaten. But considering now after 4 games we're above Manchester City, Man U, Newcastle, Aston Villa, I'll take that. And I didn't mean take that as the pop band, but anyhow, we're technically only 2 points off the first, because I think Bournemouth, Arsenal, Liverpool and maybe one other team are all on 9, but I think Arsenal are on the top because they've scored more goals. Because Bournemouth definitely have scored more than Arsenal, or they've no conceded less. But anyhow, I just had to touch up on my facial hair, because all that wee bit there and all that little tiny bit around there, a wee bit there, and then before I started it was only to there, so I needed to finish up to there, and then it was only there, so I needed to finish up to there. Obviously, in the next couple of days, it will soften out a bit, and when I scrub my face with Brute 3-in-1 shower gel and face and body lotion or shower gel, day 27 of not shaving my facial hair or cutting it in any way, shape or form until Everton win 5 games in a row, so it's back to 0, unfortunately. Very unfortunately. I'm wearing that at the moment. I've worn it all day the day. The 1995 FA Cup winning jersey against Manchester United. Paul Ryder scored a header at Wembley, and that was the last trophy we won in 1995. And I've got the Scottish player that played for, I think it was Dundee United first, then Rangers, Everton and Newcastle, Duncan Ferguson. Looks a little bit strange at first, because it does look like I've just painted it on with like normal everyday like brown paint, but I don't know if you can see in the light properly, but it's supposed to be a medium brown. When you look up very close, there's quite a lot of, it looks weird, it looks still painted on, but in a couple of, like on Wednesday, it'll look better, because I'll have like, I'll moisturise it, and then tomorrow, obviously, I'll shape it. But I'm liking it. But as I said, or I think I've said in part 1, which I done the day at about 5 o'clock, or even 5:05, I might one day, because I can't stand it anymore with that bit, I might just go like that, and then shave all underneath there, but keep all that, and that, but just shave off that. And then, if it gets just unbelievably too thick, then I might just look at all the wee bits that are sticking out a bit too much and just trim them down a bit, but keep the thickness. Aye, but I'm still doing the challenge, but it would be, in fact, no, it would be cheating because it's part of my facial hair, but I didn't want to start looking like an absolute down and out tramp. No offence to any down and out tramps, but other ways of no looking after yourself are unavailable. If you can't for any health reasons, I do apologise. But anyhow, I really do apologise. But I just didn't want to look like I didn't wash. But I definitely do. I go in the shower once a day, and then when I come out, well, recently I've been putting beard wax on it after shave, and I put on roll-on deodorant. In fact, well, in the next 3 or 4 days, I'll be able to comb through with that comb, but I just use a normal comb that I use for my hair. And then recently as well, in the last like 4 or 5 days, I've been using that beard wax, sandalwood or cedarwood, 3 Danny Mills, 30 Danny Mills yet. But you only use at least maybe about that much overall, and then you just use it like you would use like brow cream or everyday hair gel. You just like rub it into the follicles of your hair and get every strand done, and then Bob's your mother's brother. Hair's a mess at the moment. For some reason, when I try and slick it back like it's a very, very flat Mohican, that bit always sticks up all the time, and I have to flatten it down like that all the time. But definitely next week I'm going to shave, go like that and shave all that off in the back. Aye, definitely. But anyhow, I like just doing this now and again when I'm thinking about something or I'm concentrating like that. Nice and soft though, because I've used Brute 3-in-1 face, body and hair shower gel on it to soften it. Oh, it feels so soft. Well, a tiny little bit hard at the moment. Nah, just to like when I go like that, it feels hard. But day 27 is when your facial hair, or my facial hair anyway, starts to get really out of control and so noticeable. But if the challenge is going better than I think, and this is just getting out of control, and I actually start catching a zip on it, or my jumper on it, or a necklace, then for health reasons I'll have to do that and then shave all that off. But I'll definitely keep that, and that. But definitely 110% if Everton did win the day, and then we were going to beat Liverpool next week, the 20th of September, at 12:30 on Saturday afternoon, live on Sky Sports. I would definitely just trim it down to, well, probably like about 2 weeks worth instead of 27 days worth, because then it would be a lot less noticeable, because the less you have, the more noticeable it will be. But every time I shave all that off completely, all that and all that, that top bit is so much more noticeable. But anyhow, I will definitely shave that and that off soon. And then, aye, but this will be more noticeable after that. But aye, every time I just get up in the morning to start shaping my beard after I came out the shower anyway, and rub it in just like I do with hair wax or gel, But I didn't use wax anymore. I did use wax, but my hair's too long to wear wax now. Aye, so I just rub it in like I would rub in like shower. No, like hair gel or or like shaving. No, well, shaving foam I suppose is or stuff like that. Just like rub it right into the skin. Aye, and then that's what I do with that. So I just warm up in my fingers a bit, and then just like I use it like gel. Aye, and then try and comb it downwards. But it's not really working right. I'm going to keep at it though. But I'm not going to use anything that will make it grow faster, apart from shower gel, because I would imagine that would make it grow better, because if you're maintaining it, it'll help it grow better. For a distance it looks so much better, and then up close it looks weird. Anyway, in the next couple of days it'll be a lot softer. Right, so, like softer, noticeable-ish, But it's just weird, when you look up close you can still see the skin underneath. My hair always grows in very, very, very thin. Aye. Again, because I'm allergic to the sun, and people that are allergic to the sun have very, 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 like, light skin and light, fair hair colour for follicles in their follicles. That's why all the way there, and a bit there is pure white. And I started to get the very first ever white bit in my hair when I was about 15. But I didn't care. And then when I started to shave properly when I was maybe 18 or 19, or maybe, well, between 18 and 22, that's when I started noticing that I did get white hair. There. Aye. Before I got this done yesterday, better than I done it today, but I just wanted to touch up the edges, that, there was wee bits there that were a bit black, and then the rest was pure white. All that there, and all that there was just pure white. If you go back and watch any of the previous video for the last 27 days, what a journey this has been. It's been weird, but a good journey. And I'm going to keep on going on with it and explaining. Right, so I'll just explain a little tiny bit more, and then I'll make a shorter video for TikTok. Anyhow, today so far, in fact, wait there, it's 1 hour and 5 minutes until Match of the Day comes on, but I've been getting so many results wrong recently, it's untrue. 10:40. Yeah, no, wait. 10:50. That's an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah. Right, so anyhow, I got the Arsenal result right. I got the Bournemouth result right. Didn't get the Everton result right, obviously, because I had both teams to score and Everton to win. And then on another line I had Everton to win. And then I had both teams to score with West Brom and Derby. That didn't happen. It's just crazy. Recently, I've not been getting them a little bit wrong. I've been getting them completely wrong. And then I think I maybe had both teams to score and Fulham to win against Leeds, but that didn't happen because that finished 1-0 to Fulham. And then I had both teams to score and Bournemouth to win, and that happened because Bournemouth beat Brighton 2-1. Bournemouth have had a fantastic start to the season, considering they got bet 4-2 at the start of the season against Liverpool. But the Liverpool game was on when I was in Sweden. Anyhow, Arsenal were quite good today, but not very good in the first half, but they look quite strong. Some of the acquisitions they've made to their squad has been good. They've finally got someone up front that might score, and they've got someone that's very good and creative, and Michael Eze. Well, Eze anyway. E-Z-E. non-white with dreadlocks. He is brilliant, and I regret not putting him to score or assist today, because he scored. No, he assisted for the first goal today, just onside, and then passed it through to the new striker. That looks very good, actually. Looks very good. Definitely better than Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, and better than Trossard. But Trossard is better than Gabriel Martinelli, because he scores more and tries harder. But Gabriel Martinelli is nowhere near as good as he was like 4 or 5 years ago. Nowhere near. But anyhow, as I said, I every day train it to go downwards. And the next week, it'll be better to comb it with that comb. That comb is a bit too thick at the moment. But anyhow, and I'll just finish on this, right? That Rangers drew their first 3 matches all 1-1, which is an unbelievable result. And then they drew 0-0 with Celtic, and then they got back 2-0 off Hearts of Midlothian the day. But to be considered that Russell Martin, who's was a defender, centre-back, played in a Norwich team that was struggling all the time, and then played with Rangers towards the end of his career, is probably having the worst run any Rangers manager ever. I mean, 3, 4, 5 games without a win domestically in the Scottish Premiership. Unreal. I mean, if you were to say, right, I'm not going to shave my facial hair until Rangers do not win any of their 5 games, you would be shaving already today, because and it's not like they're playing teams that are very, very hard. I mean, they drew 1-1 with St Mirren 1 week. Then, to be fair though, a 0-0 draw against Celtic is a phenomenal result for them, considering Celtic haven't lost yet or drew. But they've not been firing in all cylinders like they normally do. They've just been scraping through matches, but still winning. And at this early stage of the season, that is so important, because after at least 5 games, you would rather win or draw all your 5 games rather than lose, because you'd have to win 5 games just to get the points that you should have got. But I'm just really annoyed though that I would rather lose to Aston Villa today rather than lose to Leeds. But I think Leeds are going to get relegated. I've put either 25p or 50p on them to get relegated. And then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 33-1, 50p on Man U to get relegated. I'll get £8.50 if it happens, but it's definitely not going to happen, because they've got a better squad than last season. And if you have a better squad than last season, you should do it at least 5 or 6. Between 5 and 25% better, because what's the point of spending all the money if you're not going to progress? But anyhow, what other thing was I going to say there? Well, at the moment on BBC Two, it's the rock and roll. Well, no, heavy metal British band Iron Maiden that are live on BBC Two, and I'll probably just watch that until the end. Or maybe put it on YouTube and... No, in fact, no, I won't actually. I'll turn this off as soon as I've done this video, put my headphones on, listen to Ed Sheeran, 2-2 in the Brentford game. The 4th minute he added on time. I couldn't be bothered to go down the stairs and watch the rest of it. I wanted to come up and make this important video for YouTube. But it's went well over the time, because you can only do 15 seconds, 3 minutes or 10 seconds, so I'll have to do another video for YouTube, TikTok after this video, and then turn off the TV, put on a vinyl record until like 2 minutes before the programme starts, and then watch it. But maybe the next video about my challenge will be maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Aye, because there's no point in doing one every single day, because if a day one today and a day one tomorrow, it's not really going to change. I need to wait at least 2 or 3 days so you see the growth better. Aye, and then I'll just update you on what's been happening and how it feels. Aye, so anyhow, it's nowhere near as itchy as I thought it would be. That was the biggest concern, especially down there. But anyhow, Liverpool play Brentford. Brentford? No, no Brentford. The team that came up. No. Oh, for God's sake, man, I can see them, but I just can't think of their name. It's a team that got promoted anyway, and Vincent Company was at their managing them when they were in the Premiership last. Burnley, that's it. I just couldn't remember the name. I knew it began with a B and ended with an L. But anyway, Burnley, aye, they're a yo-yo team, the same way Southampton, West Bromwich Albion, and oh God, who's the other one? Well, it used to be West Ham, but they're no. Oh God, what's West Brom, Burnley, Leeds. Oh God, who else is it? There's another team I just thought about and then I forgot. Anyway, I can't remember what the other team was, but there is so many teams that were a very big mainstay of the Premiership that constantly go down or up, and that's Middlesbrough, Sunderland. Sometimes it used to be West Ham before they had their resurgence and stayed in the Premiership. Burnley, West Bromwich Albion, Derby, Leeds. Oh God, who got relegated last season? Well, if Fulham didn't, but they were a bit of a yo-yo team at one point. Right, but anyhow, the next time I do a video, think of more teams that are a yo-yo team, but the biggest yo-yo team are West Bromwich Albion, because they've been in and been out more than 3 times. So have Burnley, aye. Right, but anyhow, I just do not see the point, right, a team in the Championship trying so hard to get out of it and then only being in the Premiership for 1 season. So what's the point? Either being it for more than 1 season or didn't come into the Premiership at all. I mean, the only 2-2 finished with Brentford and Chelsea. Aye. Oh well, we'll watch on the highlights. Anyhow, this morning, I think, no, it wasn't actually. It was that one I was drinking this morning, and then yesterday I was drinking that, and in the morning, just for a couple of minutes, I will review the Mango Loco one. Oh, in fact, speaking of Mango Loco, right, I'll just finish off what I was saying, or what I was going to show you. Behind me, there, I've put all that there, and that, and if I spin you round and show you this, I put that there, that monster sign there, just to break up that wee bit a bit, because I put that too low down. I should have put that at least there, so that gap looks smaller. And then also as well, recently I've moved over and I've put the Party Mix crisps, which is one of my all-time favourite crisps, and then I've put that there as well, which is a chocolate Scottish caramel wafer chocolate bar. And I think, technically speaking, right, if you really think about it deep down, definition of chocolate or biscuit is supposed to be something that snaps. Like, for instance, a Jaffa cake isn't a biscuit because Jaffa cakes are soft like a sponge, but There is not any biscuit element to a caramel chocolate wafer. It's soft and like chewy. So I think it's more a cake. I'm going to do my research, but in fact, I'll actually stop this video, make a wee video for TikTok, come off of that, and then make a video about all that and explain stuff to you. Bye.